Good morning, friends. This is your old girl, Melanie Rose, here to share your daily aspects. Today is Thursday, December 16, 2021. The sun continues on in Sagittarius for a few more days, shining the spotlight on those inspiring and intriguing possibilities for adventure that we all entertain. Sagittarius is a fire sign ruled by Jupiter. So if you're feeling fired up and optimistic about a couple of things or a whole bunch of possibilities, you would not be alone. We enjoy the warmth this energy brings to our holiday preparations. Winter solstice is in just 6 days. Yuletide lasts from then until the 1st of January. The moon begins in Taurus today, making ingress to Gemini this afternoon. This represents another shift in the heart and home from fixed earth vibes to mutable air. The pace quickens, and we are more inclined to socialize and collaborate. The waxing gibbous phase energy of this moon calls on us to maintain our focus as our goals come into sight with the full moon on Saturday. Maintain focus, friends. Okay, let's take a look at these aspects and planets before we get into the interpretations. I have prepared a legend of the symbols we'll be looking at today so that we can start with an idea of what energies are in play. As ever and always, at the top of the list is the sun. The sun represents our outer life. This is who we are when we step out the door, the person that people get to know when they meet us for the first time, and also how we engage in our social, civic, and work spheres. After the sun comes the moon. The moon represents our inner life. This is more about our relationship with ourselves, your knowing, your intuition, and your feelings, as well as how you engage in your domestic sphere, who is there with you, and where that happens to be. Pluto represents extremes, as in the extreme ends of the story, deaths and rebirths, endings and beginnings, but also the high highs and the low lows of our emotions, our intuitions, and our experiences in general. Venus represents love and money, or in other words, how do you relate to those people and things that you value the most? Jupiter is our planet for growth, positive expansion, good vibrations, good fortune even. And Mars represents our personal sense of initiative, whatever it is, that fire under your butt that gets you going. We have a few different kinds of aspect on the page today. We have a couple of trines here. Trines are very positive, harmonious vibrations that indicate good things happening and good energy among the planets, the planetary effects involved. Square represents the potential for challenges. Ingress is a sign of transition, as a planetary body is literally moving out of one sign and into the next, and so there will be a shift in how the effects of that planet move us energetically. And then opposition represents the potential for conflict, but also, I like to say, the potential to find the balance in a situation. Signs of mention on the page today are Sagittarius, Taurus, and Gemini. So with all of that said, I have divided our aspects into 2 columns, one for each of our luminaries. The moon sheds light on our inner lives, and it sets the tone for our emotional experiences and our domestic relations. The moon moves very quickly, creating many brief aspects that represent ambient energies that may produce moods and other internal experiences for us throughout the course of the day. The sun, on the other hand, sheds light on our outer lives, and I address the rest of the planets on this side because these aspects take longer and they have more of an impact on our actions and interactions out in the world. Now we start with the moon today. I give these current ones in Central Standard Time, friends. At 5:28 a.m. this morning, the moon went trine with Pluto. This is an indicator of intense emotional and intuitive sensitivity. We feel things in a way that has a strong impact on us, but it's likely to be a positive outcome to the way we are feeling. So increased emotion and intuition, but altogether positive vibrations. And then at 7:14, the moon makes a trine also with Venus. This one provides a good period of time for relaxing and hanging out with our loved ones. We feel good about ourselves and those around us. So relax at home with folks you love. And I'm just going to say that, most of these aspects, unless I say otherwise, are 2-hour aspects. That they usually hang out together for about 2 hours in that same relationship. However, it kind of depends on how you take the aspect and how it affects you, because, an emotional thing that happens early in the day can continue to affect you for really as long as you're allowing it to. Then at 10:08 a.m., the moon makes a square with Jupiter. So the moon in aspect with Jupiter generally shows us a good time in the heart and home. We can be very open and generous at this time. The conflict may come in where we are oversharing, or we're too generous, or we're too generous with ourselves and we overindulge. So avoid overindulgence at this time. Otherwise, good times in the heart and home. Then at 2:43 this afternoon, the moon makes ingress to Gemini. Moon in Gemini picks up the pace and invites us to sing, laugh, collaborate, chat, and otherwise create using our thoughts and words. We get busy now because we want to be. We only have to make sure not to spread ourselves too thin. This transit lasts 2.5 days. So increased pace, increased social and collaboration. Use your words. And then at 7:56 p.m. the moon makes an opposition to Mars. This is a temperamental aspect. We may feel irritable or easy to anger at this time. Be cool, Fonzies. It's just a 2-hour aspect. Let's see. Increased irritability. Be cool, Fonzies. Hey. So today's lunar energy signature is a bit of a mix-up. I can see this morning's aspects being a positive time to connect with our loved ones and enjoy their company. And this evening's moon opposition Mars aspect might actually be time better spent alone. As for the sun side of the page, we have no ongoing aspects and no current solar side aspects to talk about. But I did just discover that this Venus conjunct Pluto that we talked about on the 8th through the 12th is actually, they're very close. They're within a degree of each other through the 29th of this month. So it was actually 12/8 through 12/29. And this, is an intensification of our desire for attention and affection. It's also an intensification of our attractiveness, our ability to pull people in. We have to be really careful not to use our powers for evil. We want to always be pulling people in for the right reasons. And also we want to be careful about, or not be careful about, but be noticing which of our relationship habits are working for us at this time and which ones are not. And we'll come back to discussing that pretty soon. Coming up this week, we have a full moon in Gemini on Saturday evening, which really invites some creative expression and embodiment of our goals and intentions. Venus is stationing to go retrograde on Sunday, so this aspect actually spans over Venus's stationary phase and its retrograde phase, from direct to station to retrograde. And this is going to create a space of time for us, about 6 weeks, to reassess who and what we value without the pressure of making any fresh commitments. And coming up here, I'm going to have a special episode just in regards to Venus in retrograde, and Chiron is about to go direct on the same day. And we want to discuss each of those and both of them together. So look for that special episode. I'll probably name it something like Venus in retrograde, relationships in review, or something like that. And we will talk about these things and more as they arise. But that's it for today, friends. This has been your Daily Aspects, an astrological weather forecast for Thursday, December 16, 2021. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, please like my video and subscribe to the Old Girl channel. I will leave this up here for about 30 seconds so that you may have time to look it over. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. My name is Melanie Rose, and I will see you back here tomorrow for more Daily Aspects.